Hello and welcome to Stage 7 of the Austrian Grand Prix, and this is where things get quite difficult. I'm quite done with this particular race. I honestly worked on it for a couple of hours, which kind of sounds ridiculous, but there you go. I ended up adding 2 top speed tuning, even though several times I came within 4 car lengths of the last car that I needed to pass, but I'm trying not to spend so much time obsessing over a stage, so it was just time. This is very tricky at the beginning because the tires are so low. So you've got to brake a little bit earlier than you should have to for this corner here and watch it. And because it's okay going off track here, but there it's going to cost you too much. I did start utilizing off-track cuts here, and they did benefit me a little bit. So right here, you'll notice I'm going to cut this. And it did shave me just a little bit of time, which adds up when you do it twice. So there you go. I am doing some off-track cutting. Remember, I'm doing this more in the... Oh boy, and then I went off track. I'm trying to do this with as little currency as possible, trying to show people the cheapest way you can earn a car, even if that means breaking some of the usual racing rules. This stage said nothing about not going off track, so I'm doing it. So here we go. I've taken 10th place. I should be able to get 9th right away here. My tires are nice and full, but I got to be careful. Another off-track cut. That one definitely cost me, but that's a really hard place to overtake sometimes. You end up having to go dangerously close to off-track on the left-hand side, or you have to overbrake and try to pass on the right, but then you're just giving up too much. So anyways, there you go. I cut corners. I'm cutting another corner very close to the wall. I think this is actually the hardest race in the entire event here. I actually went past this race with no tuning just to see if it was going to be that much harder, and the rest of the races aren't as bad, although race 4 is quite the challenge, but that one was more possible with 0 tuning. This race is probably possible with 0 tuning for someone who's better than me. But you know, you don't want to be totally yanking out your hair as you're trying to do an event, and that's just it. You know, it's still supposed to be enjoyable, and I'm still doing this fairly inexpensively. Again, I'm cutting, I'm taking this guy out, I'm moving on. That's enough to finish this stage. We're calling it done. I got my green accomplishment banner. So there you go. We're calling that a completed stage. All right. On to the next race. This one, we got to get up to position 5 and also have to finish within 1 minute 8, which should be no problem at all based on the other laps that I've been running, but there's a lot of guys in your way, so that is challenging when they're right in the way. So look at this. That was actually a pretty good pass. I did not touch Norris. Now I'm getting a nice push, and I'm going to brake a little bit after that line and then sweep over to the left, right, and I got to go between Charles and who's the other one here? Anyway, and you know what? There we go. I'm taking him out. Now, I'm quite surprised I didn't get failed for damage right there because I didn't lift off the throttle when I was doing the pit maneuver, which you have to do if you want to avoid damage. Then, I just hit Charles right there as I was overtaking him. So, they seemed to be a little bit generous, although on other attempts I had on this stage, I did contact someone and it failed me. So, do be careful. But here we are, I'm already in 5th place, I've met that requirement, and boy, Charles is pretty fast. I'm kind of surprised. Oh, and I went off track. Oh, nuts. Leclerc's going to be gaining on me now. Oh, wow, he's gaining on me fast. And Vettel's a ways up there, I don't have to worry about him. Oh, there we go, no trouble there. I got some distance. Let's spin it sideways. Oh my goodness, I'm further away than I thought. Well, wasn't that a dramatic finish? 2nd place. Oh, I see. I got the 2nd fastest time. Several of you were pointing that out, and thank you for making that clarification as far as qualifying laps are concerned. Okay, safety car lap. Don't go off track. Don't get damaged. Question is, how many times can I pit the safety car before I fail? Well, let's find out. Let's have some fun with the safety car. I am going to pit this guy again and again and again. And I'm going to do my careful pit technique, which is let off the throttle right as you turn him. And then I got to stop, give him space to recover. There we go. Well, that was fun. Let's try this again. See how many times I can get away with this. Okay, that's 2. 2 times. Oh my goodness, is he ever driving all over the place? This is certainly illegal, but boy, is it ever hilarious. 3 times pitting the safety car. Not failing yet. Okay, what happens if Hamilton catches me? Huh, well, let's find out. Okay, so we're at 3 pits of the safety car without failure. Let's do 4. There's a 4th nudge. That was such a light tap. Come on, man. Then again, I mean, my grip is so through the roof compared to him. Okay, and a 5th time. Oh, I can't pass him. Oh, there we go. Hamilton passes me. I'm in 2nd place. Now I'm going to let some more guys overtake me. Wait a second. Why is my timer going? Oh, that's hilarious. That's a glitch. It doesn't matter which car I'm within 100 feet of. It's counting it. Doesn't matter if it's a safety car. Well, isn't that hilarious? Okay, well, I didn't want to finish this stage to the last minute. There we go, see? Oh, that's hilarious. And what, I was in like 8th place or something? No, 1st place. There we go, we made the game glitch. Haha, that's hilarious. Anyway, gotta have a little bit of fun when you have some of these really frustrating stages. Target position 3. Okay, this is the other really difficult race. Can't go off track. Can't get damaged. And notice how badly we're starting this race. The car was over braking, took the wrong angle. That means you need to drive this corner deep. So I'm driving it deeper than normal. Very short time on the brakes. Really have to maximize this. The big difficulty here is how close these bots are. And they are fast. But they're also tightly grouped. And it is difficult to overtake here. So I really need to maximize everything. So now you know exactly when I'm going off track and when I'm not. So that's when you're going to see that taking 2 tires off track means nothing here. But boy, you got to really push it. So okay, I need to overtake Vettel here very soon. And I need to push it in this section, very short braking point. And then coming up just after the curb, very short braking point. And I want to overtake Vettel here. And I'm not going to do it. So that means I need to set up an overtake without a lot of contact. A little bit of a bump. I need to set up a nice pass here without going off track. Oh boy. Holy smokes, did he ever get out of the brakes for me? Thank you, Vettel. I appreciate that. All right, braking just after that line, sweeping over, getting into the throttle. All right, so I should be able to do that one more time with just one more car. You wouldn't think this would be very difficult, but he is a 4th place bot that I'm dealing with, not a 5th place bot. Oh, nice gain on that corner. Very nice. Oh, I can just sniff the draft, but I'm just out of range. So this corner I still find difficult, especially since I've added 2 top speed tuning. That means I've got to back up my braking points just a tiny bit. Although I found here I'm not really adjusting my braking points. And here's where we see the advantage of my speed kicking in. Look at that. There we go. There's my speed kicking in. And, oh, I'm just on his... Oh, boy. Okay. I am not going to mess around. I'm going to do a bump pass. I'm dumping him in the corner. Goodbye. So very minimal contact, not enough to damage me. I had to slow down at the right point so as to not to fail. Now, one more stage to go for victory. And I am looking forward to it. Let's do a quick little review on my car here. I'm starting the stage a tiny bit damaged. That's quite inconsequential. Here you see I've got 2 gearbox, 0, 0, 0, and nothing for the driver, nothing for the principal. Well, you can tell that by my PR. It's just a tiny bit up there. Actually, I'll show that to you a little later. Now, I'm surprised. They take this first corner so horribly bad. Like, look at that. Be no trouble. If I was more aggressive, it'd be no problem at all. But I decided, you know what? Let's just sneak in here and have a nice little power draft. That's kind of nice, heading into the 2nd corner here. And I was looking to do a nice overtake. Sorry, Hamilton, I did not mean to be bumping him. This is not a difficult race, so you really don't need to be getting into contact. You can go off track if you want to. There's really not much for requirements, but, you know, not difficult really at all. Seems like they're not even all that fast. Like, look at that. He's kind of a ways back there. I'm kind of surprised at that. Yeah, you know what? That's interesting. The bots seem to be easier on this race. Look at that. I'm not driving crazy aggressive, but that's quite a lead. I'm going to have a 100-meter lead coming up here because they don't take that corner very well. Well, that means I can have some fun for my finish. Do a big old spin here. Not quite what I wanted to achieve, but okay, and I'm getting into earnings right away here. I like to total up everything I earned through the whole event and give that to you now. So here you go. Here's everything I earned. Plus, they give you an extra 100,000 M dollars if you finished your 5th Grand Prix. Now, you wouldn't get that if you didn't do all 5 previous Grand Prix. That's why I listed that separately. Here you can see I spent nothing on the driver or the principal, just 170,700 M dollars on tuning. In a little bit, you'll see the 100,000 M dollar bonus I was talking about. Also, there's a bonus pack of liveries once you finish your 5th Grand Prix. So, thank you for joining me on my journey. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe.